Hello. Okay, so the last part that we just read was Kevin has to wear a tie and go have dinner with his mom and her boss and his whole family instead of going to this poetry reading that Mrs. Little had invited him to go to. So he's pretty grumpy about that. Now they are at dinner. Dinner. You know, when something bad happens, your ears feel stuffed with socks, your eyes focus like microscopes, your cheeks catch on fire, time slows down, and no matter how much you wish, pray, promise, beg, a hole does not open up and swallow you? Well, none of that changes when you're at a fancy restaurant with your mom's boss and your brother puts Tabasco sauce on your fries and you don't notice until it's too late, so you punch him under the table while you're choking and gasping and spitting french fry chunks everywhere, and you knock your drink into your mom's boss's drink like dominoes that land in his lap, but cold and wet and smelling like the lady who works at the post office. Friday never ends. Mom is so angry. Maybe angrier than ever before. I can see it in her face, the way her eyes don't match the curl of her lips. I can't even do it. You know, though, when someone smiles but they're real mad at you, that's the scariest thing. The way her eyes suck in all the energy of the room, the way her eyes are a vortex trying to swallow me whole. Friday never ends. Outside of the restaurant edition. The bench is hard and the metal hurts my back, but it's better out here than inside, listening to Mom apologize for me. Always the mistake, always ruining things. I kick a rock out from under the bench. It hits a trash can, and with a bang, it breaks in half. Good. I sit in the night for a long time watching cars go by. It stinks to live in a really small town because tonight I know all the cars. Everyone's seeing me on the bench, a statue formerly known as Kevin. Cars stop and go at the red light. Customers come and go from the restaurant. I shoot laser eyes at everyone. Stop and go. Zap. Come and go. Zap. They're not trapped like me. Zap. One car stops at the light even though it's green. 2 cars honk, but it doesn't move. I zap it with my laser eyes. It still doesn't move. It's an old car, beat up, silver, with rust on the bottom. Do I know this car too? It jerks. The passenger window opens like the jerks I feel when I fall asleep. In jerks. The passenger window opens like the jerks I feel when I fall asleep. Like, Only now I'm waking up more and more with each jerk of the window. Kevin? Is that you? The voice doesn't belong in the nighttime or in the road or between the honks of other angry drivers. I stand, my statue legs breaking free. She has leaned across the seat to open the window, her silver hair around her shoulders shining in the streetlights. Shadows darken her wrinkles. I walk to the sidewalk, hold up my hand to wave hi or say stop, please. What's the matter then? Her voice belongs in the Sound of Music or on PBS, not in the parking lot of Shea whatever. It turns out I've been crying. Who knew? Her face is soft with sympathy. So soft, I feel sick. She puts her hand on my shoulder. It makes me jump. Kevin, how can I help? I hiccup, wipe my face. Where are your parents? Friday rescue. Wind on my face, seatbelt on, tie off. I am free. For now. She just walked in, like a queen. Introduced herself, apologized for interrupting, asked if she could borrow me. Dad couldn't say anything. Mom tried to say no. Mrs. Little wouldn't listen, though. She called me talented. A poet. Paul ruffled my hair and smiled. Philip and Petey snickered, but Mom's boss gave them laser eyes, and they stopped. She called me a schemer, no doubt, but also Smart, funny, fragile. Dad's mouth stayed open, catching flies, if shade whatever had flies. Certainly, he should go, Mom's boss said, standing, shaking Mrs. Little's hand, his pants still wet. You must be so proud, he said to Mom, smiling. Her face turned pink from the neck up, a crawling warmth climbing behind her ears until she said with bright eyes, Yes, I am. What? She's giving me the hieroglyph eye as she drives. What? She asks again. I am giving her the hieroglyph eye back. The words she just said in there, so many, all at one time, more than any I've ever heard her say. And they were all about me. And they were nice. They didn't fall from her mouth. They flew like flaming arrows, keeping everyone away, but keeping me warm. What? She asks one more time, her hieroglyph eye shining in the dark. Nothing, I say. I hope my hieroglyph eye is shining too. Right, we're going to stop.